A metaphor is a figure of speech in which one thing is directly compared to another, suggesting they are alike in some way, without using like or as. Metaphors enhance the understanding of complex ideas by linking them to more familiar concepts. Aristotle. Metaphor is the transference of a name from the object to which it has a natural application to something else. Poetics, 1457b. I.A. Richards. Metaphor consists in giving the thing a name that belongs to something else. It is the fundamental mechanism of meaning-making in language. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. A metaphor is a device of poetic imagination and the primary way of understanding one thing in terms of another. Cleanth Brooks. Metaphor is not merely a decorative element of language, but central to our understanding of reality and a primary way in which language is made meaningful. George Lakoff and Mark Johnson. Metaphor is pervasive in everyday life, not just in language, but in thought and action. Our conceptual system is fundamentally metaphorical in nature. Metaphors we live by. Comparison without like or as. Unlike similes, metaphors directly equate one thing to another without using comparative terms like or as. Example, time is a thief. Conceptual transfer. A metaphor transfers meaning from one domain, source, to another, target, often helping to understand the unfamiliar in terms of the familiar. Example, her voice was music to his ears. Implied meaning. Metaphors often leave interpretations open to readers, allowing for nuanced and layered meanings. Condensed imagery. A metaphor creates vivid imagery in a concise manner, conveying complex ideas succinctly. Example, the world is a stage and we are all merely players. Foundational in thought and language. Metaphors go beyond poetry. They shape our perception of the world. Everyday phrases such as time flies or broken heart are metaphoric. Evocative and emotional. Metaphors evoke emotions and add depth, making abstract ideas relatable or emotionally resonant. William Shakespeare's As You Like It. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Shakespeare compares the world to a stage and life to a play, emphasizing the roles people play in life. Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. Dickinson metaphorically describes hope as a bird that resides in the human soul. John Donne's The Flea. This flea is you and I, and this, our marriage bed and marriage temple is. Donne uses the metaphor of a flea to represent a union between lovers. He has a heart of stone, suggests someone is unfeeling or unemotional. The curtain of night fell implies the onset of darkness in a poetic way. Life is a journey. Compares life to a journey with its twists, turns, and destinations. George Orwell's 1984, the past was erased, the erasure was forgotten, the lie became the truth. Metaphorically illustrates how manipulation of memory can reshape reality. F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. The metaphor of boats fighting against the current symbolizes human struggle against the inevitability of time and fate. Metaphors are one of the most powerful tools in literature, used to convey complex ideas, evoke emotions, and enhance the richness of language. They are not just ornamental, but play a vital role in shaping how we think, feel, and communicate.